with it, ayy. They let me on, so now we on, forever on, yeah. We getting lost in this greatness, look how we made it, yeah. If I can dream, maybe you can dream, and we can dream, yeah. If I can dream, maybe you can dream, and we can dream, yeah. If I can dream, maybe you can dream.
Happy Monday morning, everybody. It is another episode of My Media Melody, and this morning I want to talk about being able to balance your job and balance being an entrepreneur. So the first thing that I want to mention is that I understand it is a hard process of working a full-time job or even just a part-time job and being an entrepreneur, because it could be 8 to 12 hours of your day that has to go towards you working for somebody else, whereas you can work 8 to 12 hours a day working on your own business. But the key thing that we have to remember is, if you're going to go to work, well, people always say this, if you're going to go to work for 8 hours or work 40 hours a week for somebody else, then you better be able to put in at least the same amount of time for your business or for your brand. So let's jump into this episode. The first thing, if you have a job, it's just a blessing first to be able to have a job, because not a lot of people have jobs that are able to help them fund their dreams. That's the whole purpose. Well, there's other reasons why you have a job, obviously, to help, pay for your rent, gas, food, things like that. But a lot of us complain, and I can say this for me. I complain so much about having to work 2 jobs, and I realized the other day that I need to be grateful for being able to have this job, because this job pays my rent, car, clothes, food, trips, and it helps me to invest into my business. But a lot of us just see the things that go on in our job, as far as, our boss might be on our head about this, or this coworker is getting on my nerves, they, making the team look bad. It's all kind of issues that go on at your job. And then at the same time, I work at least 8 hours on my brand and then 8 hours at work. And then when I come home from work, it's more things going on that I have to work on for my business and brand. So it's a struggle, but it's really about, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it to succeed? Just don't go to work for 8 hours a day and say, oh, my boss got on my nerves today. When I go home, I'm going to sleep. That is your motivation right there. If your boss got on your nerves so bad, why don't you continue to put that same amount of frustration and energy into your business, so you don't have to have a boss and you don't have to work for anybody but yourself? That's the key thing of being able to be an entrepreneur, is to set your own hours and to set your own pay. How can you expect God to place you in higher positions if you're not grateful for the job that you're currently at? A lot of us, like I said, continuously complain about our jobs, the low pay, the people we work with, how long we work. And I get it, because I work a job for 8 hours, and I have a terrible shift. It's quiet. I don't really do too much, but at the same time, I have to be grateful, because this is the job that's continuously helping me fund my dreams and, of course, helping me pay my bills. But what I realize is, when I continuously complain about it, this is just me personally, and this is a technique that you can use as well. What I do is pull out my notebook. I'll have several notebooks that I will use, and I'll just start writing a gratitude list. And basically, my gratitude list will contain why I'm grateful for this job, how easy the job is, how it continuously pays me for what I need to do. Just starting to pick out all the things, the good qualities of the job, instead of focusing on the bad qualities. If I continue to say, my pay is crappy, my coworkers get on my nerves, my boss is getting on my nerves, they're going to continuously get on my nerves, and that will continuously drive you crazy. But at the same time, we have to thank God for the positions that we're at, because you could be working a job that only give you $4 an hour or $5 an hour, but you got this job that pay you this amount of dollars. So be grateful for the position that you're at. Another thing that I always use is meditation. So I'm like huge on meditation, only because I know I'm the type of person that gets irritated very easily. So I meditate in the morning. I take about 30 to 40 minutes during my day just to go over things that I'm grateful for. Go over why I'm going to work today. What's my motivation behind everything? Because everything has a purpose, of course. So meditate on the things of what you're doing it for, who you're doing it for, and of course, why you're doing it. Where are you, and what are you grateful for? And if you don't like where you're at or what you're surrounded by, what can you do to change it? Be transparent with yourself. Be realistic with yourself. Let yourself know that I'm not happy here, because there's been plenty of times where I've been at jobs and I'm like, I'm not happy here, but what is it that I need to do to change it? How can I change it, and what are the steps that I need to take? that is this episode from My Media Melody. We'll be back next week for another segment. Make sure you guys log on to my website at KristyLoveMedia.com. And you can visit my YouTube channel at KristyLoveMedia. And I'll see you guys next Monday.